Hey beauties, Stephanie here and welcome back to my channel. The other day, James Charles released a video of how he used to do his makeup versus how he does it now. And I was so inspired by his video that I decided I wanted to do a video just like that too. In the video, James Charles takes you step by step through his makeup journey on both sides of his face and really shows you how he's evolved throughout the years. I thought that was such a cool idea and I want to show you guys how I've evolved. If that's something you guys want to see, please keep watching. Also, if anyone is new here, I would love it if you subscribed and became part of my YouTube family. The years that I think I wore the most makeup, and I guess I would call maybe my most ratchet years, was when I was 18 to 21-ish. I'm talking 2009 I graduated, probably until 2011 or 12-ish. I'm talking before I quit community college and started beauty school. And also before the beauty industry evolved into what it is today. There was always beauty and makeup and fashion gurus, but now that we have these social media platforms to show how we do our makeup looks, I feel like makeup and makeup products has just evolved into such a huge industry. Those were the years where I was really starting to develop what my actual sense of style is. Punk style had really inspired my makeup a lot. It's totally okay to evolve and change your look throughout the years. I know people like to categorize everyone into a certain type of person, but you're allowed to be whoever you want to be. You're allowed to look however you want to look. You can totally change your style, change your look, change your swag. Just don't change who you are. I'm going to be doing my right side, how I do my makeup now, and my left side, how I used to do it.
Let's get weird.
Okay guys, so I'm going to start with foundation. 10 years ago, I really wasn't doing anything before my foundation. I used to just put my foundation straight on my face. I didn't really moisturize because back then I was young and thought my skin would never age. And I also didn't use primers because I didn't really know what they were. So on the left side of my face, I am not going to be priming or putting a moisturizer. And on my right side, I am. I'm going to use the NYX Hydra Touch Primer. And I'm just going to only apply that to the right side of my face. On the left side of my face, I will just be applying my foundation with my hands. That's right, I used to just squeeze the foundation on my hands and rub it on my face. And on my left side, I will be using a wet beauty blender, which is the way that I prefer now and forever. On my right side, I will be using Rimmel Match Perfection. Just putting that on my fingers and applying it all willy-nilly. Now for my right side, you guys, I'm going to use NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, which I've been favoring lately. I feel like it does not make me dry, and I really love the formula in this. I'm going to pump a little on my hands, and I'm going to use a wet beauty blender to apply on this side. I use a wet beauty blender all the time now to blend my foundation in. I really feel like it's the best way to get the product all in the skin. I don't even know if beauty blenders were out 10 years ago. If they were and I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I knew nothing about them. And so just using my hand was kind of what I did. But as you guys could see, I mean, I think you guys could really see the difference between the two sides. The side with the beauty blender looks so much more flawless and blended. Next, I'm going to do my concealer routine. On the left side, I'm going to just put the concealer right under my eye because that's what I used to do when I was younger. That's the only place that I thought you were supposed to conceal because that's the spot where the dark circles are. But in growing and learning a lot more about makeup, I have learned that you need to use concealer to highlight a ton of places on your face before you're contouring. So I'm going to show you exactly where I highlight on my right side and then exactly how I used to do it 10 years ago on my left. 10 years ago, I would have just put concealer right under my eye, just like that, which is actually a very unflattering way to do it because you actually end up cutting off your face halfway, only highlighting right under here, which is actually only going to highlight the bag that's there. So now I've learned you want to go down the nose on the right, and you want to pull that all the way down in a triangular motion to bring light to this whole part of your face here. And also that's going to slim the nose as well. Up here, I'm going to show you how I highlight my forehead, and I go down the nose now and a little bit on the tip. I also do the Cupid's bow a tiny bit, and down here and right under that cheekbone there. So that shows where I'm really supposed to be using my concealer and highlighting. I'm going to go in with my Wet Beauty Blender and blend all of this in. When I decided that the path that I was taking in college wasn't right for me and decided to become a makeup artist and esthetician, I was heavy watching a lot of YouTube tutorials and really was getting into the actual art of doing makeup because I was already like an artist person that liked to draw and paint, and I was learning how painting your face actually is a serious art. It made me want to really pursue that as a career. The first beauty and makeup guru that I ever watched was Kandee Johnson, and I binged her channel and was obsessed with her and still am to this day, but she was the one that really inspired me to actually make a career out of this. So as you guys could see, the brightness on the right side of my face is so much more intense. This side I am actually going to blend with just my fingers because that's what I would have done back in the day. So as you can see, you guys, all that did was pretty much enhance the fact that I have a bag under my eyes. It did a little bit of the concealing, but this side looks so much more blended. It's ridiculous, honestly. Going in next with my Kat Von D contour palette, I'm gonna show you guys how I used to contour, which at the time, contouring really wasn't that big of a deal. Even the biggest celebrities were not contouring their faces, and I didn't even know that I was contouring, but I was. The places that I used to contour, I used to just go real sharp under my cheekbone because I really wanted my cheekbones to pop out. My mom actually taught me this trick because she used to do it, she said, in the 80s, and I really just used to do a very, very heavy line under here because I really wanted my cheeks to pop. And that's really all I did on that side. It's kind of making me look like a skeleton. I also always went under my chin because I liked that to look more chiseled. And I actually always did my forehead because my forehead has always been something that I wanted to be smaller. So I always did my forehead even back in the day. But as you can see, I look very like dark here, light here, dark here. It's not really the proper way to do it. And guys, I never contoured my nose because I didn't know that that was possible. And knowing what I know now and seeing my old yearbook photo and how bad of an angle it was and how it caught the worst angle of my nose you could possibly catch, I wish and pray that I knew what contour was at that time in my life. But I didn't. Now I do, and I will show you exactly how I contour on the right side. Using a color that's not as dark and better for my face, I go under my cheek, but blending it much better now than I did back then, to where it looks so much more just natural and glowy. I still do under my chin, so do under my lip now because it makes it look a little bigger, and I still do my forehead. Now going in on the sides of my nose with a much smaller brush. This makes such a huge difference, you guys, and gives your nose the appearance of being teeny tiny. Moving on to my eyebrows. On my right side, the way I do them now, I use a little dip brow gel. This is the Milani one, and I use an angled brush like the one you see here. I brush my brows, and I use the brow gel, making sure to fade my brows from front to back. giving the illusion of a super full brow. In the front, with less product on it, I just use my brush to mimic hairs. That gives a realistic look to the brow that you're painting on. And then on my left side, I am not using the brow gel. I actually used to use only powder back in my high school and early 20 years. And I used to just dip an angled brush in the powder and literally just put the powder in my brows. And it usually wasn't even the right color for me. In that time, thin brows were really in, so we used to pretty much pluck them until they weren't there. And to this day, my brows won't grow back the way they did when I was younger. When I was like a little girl, I had basically a unibrow. And that went away as I was older because of all the plucking. So that's basically how I used to fill my brows in. Really nothing to it, just a little bit of powder, which I still don't hate that look. It would have been better if I used the color that's right for me, but I never did. So that's pretty much what that brow looks like. As you can see, the side on the right looks a lot more natural. Next, you guys, I'm gonna bake my face, which I never ever used to do, and just really apply a ton of powder to set everything in. It also really defines the lines on the side of the nose in the places that you really want to be highlighted and more defined. I used the Coty Airspun powder for this. After baking for a little while, I brush away the excess and it leaves you with such flawless looking skin. Okay, so we're gonna start on the eyes now, which is so much fun. I love doing eyeshadow looks. I'm gonna use my Tartelette in Bloom palette. I have always gravitated towards the bronzy, warm browns my whole life because I feel like that's what looks best on me. Back in the day, I used to just pick a color, so say Funny Girl, and I use my finger, and I would just put that on pretty much almost the whole lid. Maybe sometimes I would go in with a little bit darker of a color and put it in the corner. And that's it. Now when I do my makeup, I do, of course, a ton more detail, but I'm going to show you guys a simplified version of what I normally do. So going in with the lightest color right under the brow, really defining that brow line there. We just want to take the lightest color and pat that in. God, you guys, the arch on this side of my brows is so much more defined. I'm so much more in love with this side of my face than with this side right now. Going in with a fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M441. I'm going to hit the color Smarty Pants and go in my crease with that color and fluff out to the end of my brow. Using that same Smarty Pants color, I'm using a round brush. This is the e.l.f. eye crease brush, and I am going right under my eye, pulling it all the way up, then going in with a darker brown Jet Setter. I favor mattes a lot when I'm doing the inner and outer creases, and using a fluffy brush that has nothing on it to blend. Going in with a smaller brush, going to pick the color Funny Girl, which is the one that I put on my whole eye, on this eye, and I'm going to only put that on my lid. And you can spray your brush with a little setting spray for more pigment. Now to show you guys how I have done my eyeliner in the past and present, I'm going to start with the pencil. So I used to just pull my eye down and literally do the whole inner, which I do like that look if I'm going for a very smoky evening look, but I don't have the most gigantic eyes, and it does shrink your eyes and make them look smaller. So I usually do that look on bigger eyes because it makes them look really dark and beautiful. Smaller eyes, it's not as flattering. It's much better to leave the waterline blank or put a little white liner in it. I also used to do a waterline up top, which I actually still do because I like that to look dark, especially when I apply a lash. And then liquid liner I have always done. And I've always done a wing. So I think my wing has just gotten better over the years. And I think wings are so fun. And I actually used to bring this down because I was going for a super punk look and I wanted the eye to look really catty. As you can see, that going straight across is not as flattering. On this side, I am going to be bringing it up because it draws the eye up. Who needs a facelift when your makeup's pulling your face off? Keeping it fresh, keeping it simple. I never used blush back in the day. I do like to use it now. And highlighter also. I'm using the Wet n Wild highlighter powder. Highlighter was never really a big deal back then either, but now, I mean, I really think it just really finishes a look and makes you look so beautiful and shiny and young and youthful. I like to use my pinky finger. I do the tip of my nose, a little up here, right above my Cupid's bow. Moving on to my lashes, I always loved the Maybelline Falsies formula. I still love it to this day. It's one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. Back in the day, I used to only use mascara. I never put lashes on because it was just very inconvenient for my young life. But now I do use lashes, of course, anytime I'm going out. But I still keep it simple and don't wear lashes every day. So on the left side, I will be only using my Falsies mascara, which I do think really lengthens your lashes and makes them look long enough. I do love this mascara so much, but Falsies make, of course, a more intense look, so I'll be doing those on the other side. This side's gonna be much more fun. We're gonna do some lashes. Using my Duo glue. I really like this Duo glue. I just got it. It's the one that's latex free, and so it doesn't irritate my eyes at all. You guys, I remember when I was first starting to learn how to do lashes, and when I tell you I sucked so bad, I really did. And you know, I thought I would get the hang of it really quickly, and it really took a lot of practice. So if you're having trouble doing lashes or you have trouble doing your lashes, do not give up. You will learn how to do them. Practice makes perfect. I'm telling you. What a big difference in the two eyes, you guys. It's crazy big difference. I'm still going to take the Falsies just to blend that in. And it's funny too, I picked such gigantic lashes to do the look, and you can really tell the difference between the eye with the Falsies and the other eye. I'm gonna go under this eye with the mascara as well. And that really just finishes the eye look so beautifully. Next, you guys, we're gonna do the lips, and I'm gonna show you what I used to do, which is absolutely cringeworthy. I used to line my lips. Today I'm going in with my Kylie Jenner Candy K, and I used to always line my lips with a shade darker than my lipstick. And honestly, even when I was younger, I wanted my lips to look big, so I did always overline them. But then, you guys, I would take a really light color or even concealer, and I used to take the concealer or a really light shade of lipstick and just cover my lips in it because I thought that light lips looked cool with dark eyes. I don't know why. For now, I'm going to use this LA Colors matte lipstick because this comes very light, and I'm going to just put it on without covering the liner, you guys, because I didn't cover the liner. It's not a good look. In high school, I thought this looked good, but guess what? You don't. Then I would take a lipstick that I had, and I'll never forget that lipstick, but I don't remember who it was by, but it was just a sheer shimmery color. So what I'm gonna use today to replicate it is the Urban Decay Naked Skin, which I absolutely love. This is a highlighter for your face, but I'm just gonna use it. Yup. That's what it used to look like. Oh, the agony. Oh no. And then, guys, to finish this side off, I'm not even lying. I wish I was. I have a teeny tiny birthmark here. I don't know if you guys could see. And I used to go over it with a pencil so that I looked like Marilyn Monroe. Yep. Joke was on me. You guys, I honestly cannot wait to do the right side because looking right will make me very happy right now. I think I'm so much more dramatic when it comes to my lipstick. Probably just because it's really trendy to have big lips right now. And then I usually take some sort of lipstick. I'm gonna use my Kylie Jenner lipstick here. Oh look, the lipstick matches the liner. And then I like to finish that lip off, usually with a little bit of highlighter because I feel like it makes your lips look hella plump. And guys, you can even put your powder highlighter a little bit over it too. And then of course set with a setting spray. And guys, for a little fun, since I showed you that my hair was hot pink one year when I was in high school, I'm going to spray this side of my hair pink so you can really get the full effect. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Paris Colorista spray, which I haven't used before. Let's see if it works. I love this. I'm actually totally think I'm gonna buy more of this stuff. Okay, now I'm loving the pink side of my hair and I'm realizing I think pinks have more fun and I need to buy more of this stuff. This is freaking awesome. With this makeup look and this hair, I think I'd be having some fun. So guys, these are the finished looks. As you can see, I started from the bottom and now I'm here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it for you and taking a trip down makeup memory lane with you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, you guys. I appreciate every sub, every like, every comment. I think you guys are amazing and talented. I love you guys. You're beautiful with or without makeup. Take care of yourself, our world, and each other. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.